This is one of my hungry bins. I originally had two that I was using for composting, and I didn't like the finished product. It was too wet and full of worms, so I decided that I was going to use one of the hungry bins to store my castings, which is perfect because it is on wheels and it's large, so I can put a lot of castings in there and wheel them around wherever I need them around the garden. So that worked out great. But then the second bin, I decided maybe instead of using compost to start it off, I would use leaves and coconut coir and things like that, a lot of carbon material, and see if feeding it that instead of food scraps is going to make a difference. So I just started it recently, and as you can see right here, it's full of leaves and coconut coir. I did put about, maybe 200 worms from my garden beds. I just took them out and put them here, and we'll see how they do. Right now this is in my garage, and we'll keep an eye on it. And hopefully I'll have better luck with higher carbon than I did with food scraps. The thing that this bin has going for it is the size and that it's pretty durable. But at $300, I was really expecting to get nice, moist compost and the worms to be on the top, as they advertise, that all the worms are supposed to move to the top where the fresh food is, and the harvesting, which is done at the bottom with this tray here, is mostly supposed to be free of worms, which it was not. And the compost was just too wet. I couldn't sift it. I couldn't really get anything out of it. I had to put it in containers and let it dry out. And you can see the lid is very, very moist. And I think the air holes are just not sufficient for a bin this size. People tend to put a lot of food here because they think they can, because it's such a large capacity bin. But I drilled a few extra holes here, not that I think it makes a whole lot of difference. I tend to leave this lid slightly open, but we will see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll have some nice compost and the worms will reproduce.